Here I am, all dressed up and ready to go off to the races for this year's edition of Play It Forward. I even have my lucky horseshoe. Now, unfortunately, this year we can't all be together, but we can still place our bets on the children of Maryland so they can make it to the finish line. The doors to Port Discovery, well, they may be temporarily closed, and our lives may feel like they have been put on hold, but learning and creativity and discovering, it just can't wait. Children need a place like Port Discovery now more than ever, and we've been hard at work making sure that play and learning and creativity reaches all children and families. Our educators have been creating virtual programs and playful activities for children and families to join in at home. But one thing we know is that not all of our vulnerable children have access to these virtual activities. They don't necessarily have laptops and internet and all the things that we take for granted having them at home. So we are distributing custom-made play packs to vulnerable children and families that are living in poverty and struggling with difficult circumstances. These play packs are reaching these families through organizations that are distributing emergency food packs on the weekends. It's critical that we reach as many families as possible, and we can only do that with your help and support. Thank you to each and every one of you for spending time with us this evening, for helping us to dream and to create a better, brighter, more health-filled Maryland. And now the race is really on. I am thrilled to turn the evening over to our MC, Kai Jackson.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Play It Forward, benefiting the work of Port Discovery Children's Museum. I'm Kai Jackson, MC of tonight's event. You may know me as co-anchor of Fox 45 News. I'm also the father of two beautiful daughters who visited here many times, and I'm a big believer in the power of children, families, community, and of Port Discovery Children's Museum. Tonight, you're going to hear about the important work that Port Discovery does to make sure that our children, families, and community have access to play, learning, and experiences that shape them into the dreamers, doers, and leaders of the world. Before we go much further, let's take a moment to thank the incredible friends and sponsors of Play It Forward and Port Discovery. First, a big thank you to the Play It Forward committee co-chairs Ashley Hatter and Chrissy Ripley, Chair Emerita Dana DiCarlo, and each and every committee member for their work putting tonight's event and all of our great raffle packages together. Thank you to the J.S. Plank and D.M. DiCarlo Family Foundation and to Lewis Contractors, the lead sponsors of Play It Forward. Thank you to Frontrunner sponsors Ernst & Young, Sinclair Broadcast Group, University of Maryland, Baltimore, and the Whiting-Turner Contracting Company. Thank you to Grandstand sponsors BGE, The Cordish Companies, Flavor and Fragrance Specialties, Hogan Lovells, M&T Bank, Monument Sotheby's International Realty, Pandora Jewelry, George Roche, and Gordon and Joni Stetz. Thank you to Trackside sponsors, Ira Gansler and RBC Wealth Management, Howard Bank, Phillips Seafood, Jane H. Plank, Price Waterhouse Coopers, The Quantum Group, T. Rowe Price, and the Zolette, Linnet, and Fink Group at Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. And thank you to media sponsors, Baltimore Magazine, The Daily Record, WYPR 88.1, and Fox 45. On behalf of Port Discovery, and especially the children and families they serve, our thanks go out to each of the Play It Forward sponsors and to each and every one of you watching for your support. Tonight, we are also awarding a special individual with Port Discovery's Great Friend to Kids Award. This award honors individuals and organizations who've made significant and outstanding contributions to strengthening and advancing the interests of children, with past recipients including Dr. Jay Perman, Chancellor of the University System of Maryland; John Harbaugh, coach of the Baltimore Ravens; the Honorable Kurt Schmoke, President, University of Baltimore; Torrey Smith, former Ravens wide receiver. McCormick and Company. Dr. Nancy Grasmick, former state superintendent of schools. And Douglas Becker, founder, Laureate Education, and Chair Emeritus of Port Discovery Children's Museum. It's my pleasure to introduce another past recipient of this important award, Dana DiCarlo, to present this year's Great Friend to Kids Award.
Hi, I'm Dana DiCarlo, longtime friend, longtime supporter of Port Discovery Children's Museum. In this unprecedented time of isolation and separation, I couldn't be prouder of this year's recipient of Port Discovery's Great Friend to Kids Award. I'm the Chair Emeritus, which means that I didn't go to all of the meetings, and I, again, couldn't be happier at where our committee decided to honor Bruce Cleland, the former president and CEO of Campbell & Company. I didn't know at the time, nor did they, how much we would want to highlight the power of team and teamwork. Bruce is someone you may or may not know, but he is someone you should know. He has touched the lives of thousands of children, not only here in Maryland, but across the country and internationally as well. Bruce founded an organization called Team in Training for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society 30 years ago. Team in Training would impact countless lives through their support of cancer research and breakthroughs for the treatment of cancer. Bruce did hope that he would impact one very special life, that of his daughter Georgia, who was diagnosed at the age of 2 with leukemia. At that time, Bruce and his wonderful wife Izzy referred to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of America for day-to-day support as they and their daughter and their entire family worked through this illness. To raise funds to show his gratitude, Bruce was inspired to run the New York City Marathon for the cause, and he didn't want to train for the grueling race on his own. That was his eureka moment that gave birth to Team in Training. Bruce knew that with the support and push from a whole team of trainers behind him, as a runner he could go farther and do better than he ever could alone. Today, Georgia is a thriving young woman, and Team in Training is the largest charity athletic training program in the world and has raised more than $1.5 billion for leukemia and lymphoma research and treatment. But it didn't stop there. In addition, Bruce and Izzy were instrumental in starting the Odyssey School right here in Baltimore. Who knew? But wait, there's more! You've seen that commercial, right? Through their support of the Orikawa Y in Towson and so many other worthy organizations, including Port Discovery, they have transformed the lives of countless children and families. There are no adequate words to express the gratitude we feel for Bruce and the impact he has had on children and families of Baltimore, Maryland, and far beyond. Together, Team in Training helps individuals use the power of teamwork to train for and raise money as part of marathon accomplishments. That's how Port Discovery feels about Baltimore. Port Discovery is a teammate to Baltimore's children and their families. Keeping our children in tip-top condition through this crisis couldn't be more important to all of us. Port Discovery is part of every child's team. Port Discovery is every child's Team in Training. In recognition of his innovation, his dedication, his commitment to making a positive impact on the lives of so many, it is our great pleasure to award 2020's Great Friend to Kids Award to Bruce Cleland. Congratulations, Bruce. Thank you for all that you've done to improve so many lives. Thank you for understanding the teammate that you have in Port Discovery to reach bigger, farther, broader, more. Thank you for unwavering dedication to our training as we run our marathon and the hope that Port Discovery brings to Baltimore's children. We know we can't be with you in person, but we're here to toast you, to honor you, to value you. Raise a glass and cheers, everybody together, to Bruce.
Good evening. I'm Brent Parchman, President and CEO of Port Discovery Children's Museum. On behalf of Dennis Rasmussen, our board chair, our entire board of directors, the President's Advisory Council, our Explorers Council, and our fabulous team here at the museum, thank you for joining us for a special edition of Play It Forward 2020. On a normal Play It Forward evening, Dennis and I would be greeting you at the door, and on a normal day, Port Discovery would be filled with joy and laughter, giddy screams and chatter, and families from Baltimore, Maryland, and beyond coming together in the universal language of play. But today, the museum is empty. We miss the sound of laughter and learning filling the museum. We miss watching families making memories. We miss being together, and we know that our fans of play miss us too. You may have noticed that while we've been closed, we've been providing online learning activities for children and families. But we're also focused on reopening our big orange doors to make sure that we are here to provide an experience for learning and a place for healing. After all, we know that play is not only one of the best ways that children learn, it's also one of the best ways children can deal with stress and trauma. And now, this means our children need play and healing more than ever. With your support, we know we can make a difference in the lives of so many. Thank you for championing play, learning, and children. And thank you and congratulations to our Great Friend to Kid Award recipient, Bruce Cleland. You are so deserving of this award, and we are so very thankful to you on behalf of all of our children. So in that spirit, here's a message from one of our great believers and dreamers, and our favorite queen of play, Nora Thompson.
I'm going to be on with Kai Jackson and Bryn Parchman and Dana DiCarlo, and I always love wearing costumes. I have to do something special. How about this? Nope, too silly. Let me put these on. Oh, yeah, that's good. Is everybody out there? I'm looking for you. Hi, I'm Nora Thompson. Many of you may know me from my 25 years at Port Discovery Children's Museum, where I spent my career influencing the lives of hundreds of thousands of children. And what you might not know about me is how play influenced my life at a really early age. Now, as a child, I was spirited, I was imaginative, I was smart and creative. But although the teachers knew I was smart, not talking, sitting still, and learning just by their books, well, those were not things that were in my bag of tricks. Thankfully, my parents had heard of a place, a children's museum, where they could take me and watch me play. And so we all went off to the Children's Museum, and by the end of their visit, they immediately knew that what I needed was more art and music and more freedom, a place where I could learn through imagination and play. So they enrolled me in a school where I could be me and took me often to visit my local children's museum too. It was just a great place where I could learn and imagine and be curious and play. The exposure to more art and music and play just helped shape me into who I am today. And, well, looking back, it's no coincidence I ended up here at Port Discovery, where I work as the Queen of Play. And yes, I had the chance in that role to influence the lives of so many children and families. Every day, I got to see how play helped children learn, and how it helped them express themselves, and how it helped them to dream and imagine, and how it helped them and their families learn about themselves, just like it helped my family and I. You know, play is truly magical, but it's also incredibly necessary. It's not an extra, it's not frivolous, or it's not just a nice thing to have. It's absolutely needed by every single child, no matter what. And if you look back to your childhood, I know that you'll see it too. How did play influence you? Did it help you dream? Did it help you imagine? Did it help you figure out what you wanted to be when you grew up? Think about it for just a minute. Who would you be? Where would you be if you didn't have the opportunity to play? I'm sure you see why it is so important that each and every one of us does everything that we can to make sure that every child has the opportunity to dream, to imagine, and to learn things through play. I know that it made a huge difference in my life.
What a challenging time for each and every one of us. Our whole world has changed in so many ways. As a father, I see firsthand how our children's worlds have changed as well. Their schools have closed, their playgrounds have closed, they aren't allowed to visit and play with friends or extended family. There are no family adventures, no field trips. If these times are confusing to us as adults, imagine what it must feel like to be a kid. The stress and anxiety, sadness and confusion they are feeling is immense. And it's especially traumatic for children and families who are already dealing with hardships, stress, and trauma every day. But there is good news. We can be a beacon of light for children and families during and after this difficult time. We can be here to not only help children survive this crisis, but work through it, manage it, and thrive. Let's wrap up by hearing from Dana DiCarlo about how you can help make sure that every child has an opportunity to play, to learn, to dream, and succeed at the very best place for children and families, Port Discovery Children's Museum.
Hi. Year after year, I stand before an audience of Port Discovery's supporters and make a pitch for funds for this powerful museum. If you are watching this, perhaps you have been in that audience in the past. Perhaps you have never been able to attend this amazing fundraiser, but maybe you'll have an opportunity to join us next year. Meanwhile, Port Discovery needs its teammates this year more than ever. More than 200,000 of Maryland's children attend Title I schools. If you don't know what a Title I school is, it's a lot of things, but it's such an underserved community that those children receive not only lunch, but also breakfast as part of their regular schooling. And if you think that these children are participating in online learning, you've probably never visited one of these schools. This period is going to be devastating to these children, and the gap between their education and their counterparts with better resources is just going to widen. But Port Discovery is trying to keep this team together and pull us all around the track and help close this gap. Year after year, we tell you, play is the work of children. Whether it's pretend play, physical play, psychological play, these children are learning. When the world reopens, Port Discovery will reopen, and this will be the place where they continue to play together from all backgrounds, all walks of life, all economics. Together, they will play and they will learn. But until we open our doors again, Port Discovery is going to have to find ways to help families relieve the stress that these unique economic conditions of isolation are placing on our state's most vulnerable citizens, its children. Now, more than ever, is the time that we need to support our children and families by making sure that they have access to powerful play and learning, some of which only Port Discovery can provide. We need you to help us continue to do our good work for children and families who need us. If you are watching this, it's likely that the children in your life have amazing resources and opportunities for creative play every day to relieve the stress and rigors of the academics that their virtual schools are putting them through. Today, we need you to help us reach those children and families who have none of these resources. You heard earlier about the play packs that Port Discovery is putting in the hands of vulnerable children and families in Maryland. With your help, more than 4,000 children will benefit from these play packs being provided through organizations who are distributing emergency food bags to these families on the weekends. The social, emotional, fun learning that they provide, Port Discovery, is as needed as the food in their bellies. Please take a lesson from our award recipient, Bruce Clayland. Become a teammate for Port Discovery's effort to run this marathon and bring their special brand of learning to the children who need it most. Go to our website and see how you could donate and make a gift today. And if that's not what's in your pocket today, these are really trying times and we all recognize that. Just send this video to someone else who might be able to, or say something great about Port Discovery, or make sure that when the time comes, you can send some folks down there and you can get them through our doors and you can help Port Discovery continue to do its mission. Thank you so much.